So, Islam Makhachev destroyed Charles Oliveira, and I'm going to read some of your guys' comments from before the fight and after the fight, because it's time to see what's what. And here's the thing. I'll be honest, guys, and don't look past this. Islam Makhachev's better, okay? He's the better fighter. I said Charles Oliveira was the best lightweight on planet Earth. He was going to destroy Islam Makhachev. He was that guy. And then Islam Makhachev went out there and destroyed Charles Oliveira, making him the best fighter. If he beats who is, in my opinion, the best fighter, he's now the best fighter, okay? He is the best fighter at lightweight. It doesn't make any sense to say otherwise. If you were to now go out here and say, Islam Makhachev's not very good, Charles Oliveira just looked off, that would be delusional. That would just be coping with the fact that you may be wrong. Right? Or if I were to just act like it never happened, like a broken record saying, Charles Oliveira is still going to beat him, like that would just be insanity. So the only alternative is to be logical, is to own up that you were wrong. I was wrong. Islam Makhachev's better, right? But I just want to respond to the people saying keep that same energy. What does that mean? So before we get into these comments, what does that mean, keep the same energy? Why should I keep the same energy? I admitted that I was wrong on the pick, right? It is what it is. Islam Makhachev's way better than I thought. He impressed me so much with his striking. I didn't think it would be that good. And he proved that Charles Oliveira wasn't as good as I was hyping him up to be. And he proved that he was way better than I was hyping him up to be. So Islam Makhachev's a much better fighter than I thought, the best at lightweight. But some of you guys are saying I'm switching real quick. Like, what does that even mean? LMAO, this goof. He has the audacity and face to make this video now. No wonder he has no shame. What would I be ashamed about? That I got the prediction wrong? Like, I was dead wrong on it for sure because Islam proved me wrong. But, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to make a video saying the same thing? That Islam isn't very good? Imagine if I made a video saying Charles Oliveira was overrated and Islam Makhachev still isn't very good. That would be the most pathetic thing I could possibly do. And it would just be something that would come from a delusional or insane person who's just coping with the fact that they're really upset. But I'm not that salty. In his last video, he was shitting on Makhachev, saying he had no chance. He went from that to saying Makhachev's better than Khabib. I never said he was better than Khabib. I said he has better striking than Khabib. He flip-flops on the opposite ends. Again, flip-flopping would be before the fight, me saying Islam wins, Charles wins, Islam wins, Charles wins, because I wouldn't want to stick with my prediction. That's flip-flopping. When you find out what's what, when you figure out the results, you have to concede, man. You have to say, okay, I was wrong. There's no flip-flopping. Like, there's no way you could flip-flop. Islam Makhachev proved me wrong, for sure. What should I do? I don't understand. I swear a lot of these people just want me to be salty, delusional, and insane so that they can get a laugh out of someone who is being ridiculous. But I'm not as insane as you guys think. So let's get into these keep that same energy comments because it doesn't really make a lot of sense straight up. And yeah, we're at the video in which I predicted Islam Makhachev would have gotten crushed. So there will be a lot of good comments on here. So this guy says, Eminem Muhammad. He says, I would like to say this to whoever said Islam has no chance. You can kiss my behind now, brother. Stop hating on Khabib and his crew and admit they're the best the UFC has ever seen, brother. And wait for his cousin Usman. He will be the real GOAT. No, he won't. He won't be the real GOAT. He's in Bellator. Khabib has trained guys that aren't that good before. Islam Makhachev is an absolute monster, but read between the lines. Abdul Manap said himself that Islam was his favorite student, aside from Khabib, right? There are only so many Khabibs. Islam Makhachev is up there too. Umar Nurmagomedov has a lot of potential, but these other guys like Abu Bakr, Usman, they're not that great, okay? They're not that great. But you know what? They are pretty damn good, but not all of them are going to be the real GOAT. I also don't know why you're so high on Usman or Magomedov. I've seen his fights before. They're very underwhelming. So let's get into this. This didn't age well. No, it did not. It certainly did not age well at all. A lot of this didn't age well comments on here. This won't age well. Lucas, I want to see your face now. Well, here it is. You know, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Listen, if you get a fight prediction wrong, just predict the next one. Right? Just predict the next one. And I'm picking Islam Makhachev to beat Volkanovski. I swear some people are going to say, how could you pick him to win his fight? You just said he was so shit. Well, I saw the fucking fight. I saw the fucking outcome. Like, I saw how good he was. He proved me wrong. Shouldn't you guys be happy that he proved me wrong? Or do you guys want me to continue to be delusional? Like, why would I be delusional? It just doesn't make any sense. Oliveira quit like Conor did. I don't know if I would call tapping quitting. Listen, if you're about to be put to sleep and you know that you're going to get a 6-month suspension if you tap, or if you go to sleep, I mean, just tap if you're going to lose. If you're going to lose and you can't get out of the submission and you're about to go to sleep, tap. It's not quitting. That's part of the game. Well, this didn't age well. A lot of those comments. Bruh, LMAO, this aged like milk was a video. This would be that video. I guess we'll all call you a casual, like you said. Again, a lot of people were picking Charles Oliveira. I don't really understand this idea that you're a casual if you get a pick wrong where it was a 50-50 fight going into it. Let's be honest. If you were looking at this fight beforehand, it was a 50-50 fight. I was not giving it that credit, but a lot of experts were picking Charles Oliveira to win this fight. A lot of them. A lot of guys that knew MMA. And not just to name a few, Big John McCarthy, we had the Weasel, MMA Guru. A lot of people were picking Charles Oliveira to win this fight. And he lost, he got trounced, he got his face boxed off, he got pieced up. And I've gotten a lot of predictions correct in my day. Go back and look at my channel. I've got a lot of them. This was domination from Islam, superior strength and pressure, cry now, complete fighter, father's plan. No reason to cry. I'm not really that upset. Charles Oliveira lost, but I can still appreciate his championship reign. And yeah, you were right. This was a domination from Islam. He's much stronger, got the better pressure, better grappler. So he won this fight fair and square. Had to come back just to laugh. Charles got dominated on the feet and the ground. All this who has Islam fought means nothing. Charles seems invincible because his past opponents were not able to hang with his BJJ. Still a top fighter though, but Islam exposed him. To be fair, you should make a video about how wrong you were. Well, I guess that's what I've done already, and that's what I'll do right now. Yeah, I was dead wrong. You're right. But again, we haven't seen Islam striking on this level before. I've never seen Islam box someone up like this. He's always had defensively sound striking, and I was definitely wrong in not putting enough stake into his defensive striking. But, man, I didn't know his countering skills were that good. I didn't know he was that fast. I didn't know he could land these combinations like he did. And I certainly didn't think he was going to box Charles Oliveira's face off and just piece him up. And, man, was I wrong. So, yeah, Islam Makhachev is a much better striker than I thought, and he's a much better striker than Khabib. I mean, let's be honest. Khabib's striking worked because he would just go forward relentlessly, but man, on a technical level, not even fucking close. The speed, Islam. The power, Islam. The pressure, Khabib for sure, but Islam is more of a counter striker, defensive striker, and he doesn't get hit as much. I mean, Khabib was getting popped a couple times in his career, in his fights. He was getting popped around by Justin Gaethje. He didn't get hit that much in his other fights, but man, Islam Makhachev doesn't really get hit clean. I mean, Charles Oliveira didn't hit him clean. He is a really good striker for a grappler, really good striker. That's why I'd love to see him versus Beneil. Beneil Dariush is also a good striker. I'd pick Islam to win this one with Beneil, but you're right, man. He was a great striker, and you're right. Maybe I shouldn't have been looking into who has he fought. This guy saying, I love you for this video. You got yourself a new subscriber for sure. I guess that guy was also picking Charles Oliveira. And that's the thing, guys. I've gotten picks wrong. I've gotten good picks right. I think my best prediction ever was Volkanovski to 50-45 Max Holloway in the trilogy, and a lot of people were calling me insane. That was probably my best pick. I think you were quiet now, buddy. What grappling skills? What happened to your monster? What happened to the record? That fight was easy work. Yes, it was inspire and motivate kids. It was easy work from Islam Makhachev. It was a great fight from him, and he definitely proved me wrong for sure. Yeah, I mean, some of these, do you train with these guys? How do you know all of this? This is opinion. When you were wrong about this fight, you should apologize. Apologize for what? I just don't understand. Why would I apologize? Like, who would I say sorry to? You? Why would I say sorry to you, Nicholas? I may say sorry to Islam Makhachev if he asked me about it. I might say, listen, Islam, I'm sorry, man, I doubted you. But Nicholas Olek? Why the fuck would I apologize to just some random people who picked Islam Makhachev to win? That's how fight picks go. Like, you don't just apologize. Oh, I'm just so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Like, no. I got to pick wrong. It's not the end of the world. Eat those words now, homie. Islam dominated Charles. Yeah, he dominated him for sure. He definitely pieced him up. For sure. I mean, listen, I had no idea it was going to be that dominant. And then this guy says, dude, MMA is not your thing. Why? Because I got one pick that you disagreed with. Like, man, imagine people saying, dude, MMA is not your thing when I picked Volkanovski to 50-45 Max Holloway. You know, that's the thing. When you make a bold prediction, when I make a bold prediction, I really think someone's going to win. I hold down on that prediction. I don't walk on eggshells. I say this guy's going to win. I ride with the prediction all the way till the end. And when you get it right, it feels so good. So when you get it wrong, you got to eat your words. That's why I'm making this video. This video aged badly. It did age badly for sure. This guy says, ha, 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 bitch. You should retire. You're always wrong. I mean, retire. Like, I'm pretty young, man. I would not retire. Lol. Casuals don't know who these Dagestani fighters are. And my prediction was Islam round 3 via submission. Casuals don't know who these Dagestani fighters are. Like, who do you think I like? Anyone who has an MMA channel knows who the Dagestani fighters are. They're not like these unknown fighters that the super hardcore fans know. Like, Islam Makhachev is some fighter that only hardcore fans know. That's ridiculous. Many people know who Islam Makhachev is. Anyone who knows MMA at all knows who Islam Makhachev is. They know who Umar Nurmagomedov is. They know Usman Nurmagomedov. They know Abu Bakr. Like, these guys aren't unknown. Like, they're all related to Khabib, who's like one of the most known fighters on the planet. Yeah, man. Even pro fighters pick Charles. Amazing how many professional fighters pick Charles Oliveira. That's also right. I mean, there were so many picking Charles. Yeah, it looks like Javier Mendez hid Makhachev's ability to strike for this particular moment. If that is the case, if that's really the case, if Javier Mendez hid Makhachev's ability to strike this well and just always asked Islam to engage in the grappling that quickly so that he didn't really show his hand in the striking, that would be genius. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think Islam Makhachev just hasn't really needed to show it. But he wasn't just having his way with Charles Oliveira in all the grappling exchanges. Sure, he was getting the better of Oliveira, but he did find that the some struggle in taking Oliveira down at some points, and that's why he needed to strike. But man, just his striking is so good. You're right. Not very strong, but it's good enough to take his opponents down. Striking is, I think it's really good. I really do think it's good. This guy said, it's okay, bro. I was on the Islam train, but definitely was nervous since Charles was so good. Keep doing your thing. Thank you, man. And man, you know, well, I guess you're man enough to admit when you're wrong. So I respect that. I'm subbed. Let me educate you. Listen, these people from the mountains are different. The water there is different. The people there will have will, and that's something you cannot learn. You need to research Dagestan, buddy. Next fight with Alex Volkov will be the same. Remember my words, buddy. Islam will surpass Khabib. Even Khabib, I agree. I think Islam has potential to pass Khabib. And if he beats Alexander Volkanovski, his win over Charles and Alex is much better than any of Khabib's wins. Khabib's best win is what? Poirier or Conor. Oliveira and Volkanovski. Volkanovski is one of the best featherweights ever, if not the best featherweight ever. And then Charles Oliveira was a 2-time defending champ. Like, not even close. Khabib beat a guy who was champion once, like Conor McGregor. But if Makhachev can beat 2 defending champions of 2 divisions, he's the fucking GOAT at lightweight, in my opinion. He really is he has a better resume, straight up. I mean, those guys, Volkanovski and Charles Oliveira combined, that's like 5 of Khabib's wins right there. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I thought this may be interesting. If you liked the video, please leave a comment and I'll respond to it. And until next time, take it easy. If you're into bodybuilding, fitness, maybe you're an athlete or someone who just likes to stay healthy, then you probably already know that eating processed junk foods with refined sugars, seed oils, and soy is going to harm your health and hinder your progress in the gym or in competition. and therefore you know that it's best to eat whole, unprocessed foods. The issue is when people try to eat healthy, or they think of eating healthy, they think of the same boring, repetitive meals: meat and rice, meat and potatoes, with some veggies, some fruit. And that's not really sustainable. So I've actually made a cookbook for athletes, for bodybuilders, people into fitness, or just people that want to be healthy, to teach you guys how to make quick and easy, delicious and healthy recipes so that you have no choice but to eat healthy. So far, there's almost 40 plus recipes in my cookbook and counting, as I add 4 to 5 new recipes to it every single month to keep things interesting. It can be found in the link in my description. It'll take you to my website where you can find all of my fitness products.